Ultimately, we hope we never have to use the dog. Ultimately, we hope that we never have to use a beacon. But the reality is there's going to be a lot of people. Most likely, if somebody has a beacon, we hope that they trained and that their friends know what they're doing, and they're going to be able to save themselves. Which means the rescue team may not ever have been called out. But if we get called out on a rescue, there's a snowshoer who was out there without a beacon and got buried. We could bring a probe line out there, and we can do all these great things that we learn, but nothing's going to save something as fast as a dog. It's just amazing to see this animal that most people just like have in the backyard that actually can save someone's life and can actually be a major component of, you know, a 60-person ski patrol. Chewy was my first dog that was my dog, and it wasn't like my mom and dad's dog, you know. And she did everything with me. And she was like the one that was always, you know, man's best friend, like literally was with me all the time. She loved to play, and that's a key component for an avalanche dog because they want, there's that playing game. And that's how you teach them and train them to like find the person, because when they find the person, they get the reward of like being able to play tug of war or whatever you choose to do. I think there's just a huge benefit of having like that dog on a team that, like, I don't know, it's kind of like, in my opinion, it's kind of like the little bit of glue that holds things together. Because obviously with humans, we have like conflict, but you can't have conflict with a dog, you know? Ultimately, a great thing to have on a team to truly be able to save someone that much faster. Because if you're going to a probe line to try to find someone, good luck. I mean, it's going to be a body recovery at that point. So,
my dog's name is Sawyer, and he is a probably about 2-year-old yellow lab. He came from the Moab Animal Shelter. He was about to be put down within a couple of days. And one of my friends told me about him, so I went and looked at him, and there was no way he was going back to the animal shelter. I was pretty much in love. He was the coolest dog I've ever met. They told me at the animal shelter that he was a handful and that he didn't know a whole lot. And they basically told me good luck because he had been adopted several times and then he just kept coming back. So I guess he was just waiting for me. The funny thing about the story is I knew that my parents would not let me keep him. So I told them that he wandered up to my house and that he was skinny and clearly homeless. So they felt bad for him and I got to keep him. I guess kind of the rest is history. He's not really a pet, to be honest. Well, not the pet for most people. He needs a lot of work. Search and rescue is the perfect job for him. I was already on the search and rescue team, and we had gotten another woman that moved into the community at the same time, and she also trained dogs. So it was kind of perfect that she moved to Gunnison at the same time. He has another quality that makes him a really good search dog, and that is that he's obsessed with toys. He gets really possessive over them, so he'll work hard to get his toy as a reward. That's basically the dog's motivation. They don't really care about the lost person. They just care about the squeaky toy. He really likes deer. So his first season training, he did a lot of deer hunting instead of people hunting. So that was a major issue. He basically got the whole winter off his first year, and I think he just kind of matured. He came back into training the next spring, and he was great.
This is Emma Dang. She is going to be 3 in December. She was brought up as an avalanche dog from 2 months old. She started on the ski area and just getting her used to snowmobiles and ski area life and riding lifts. And now she's a certified avalanche dog. And in the summertime, we do wilderness training. We don't go for the certifications. She's an avalanche search and rescue dog for Crested Butte Ski Patrol. She is looking for any kind of human scent coming out of the snowpack. And so as that scent rises up, she is looking for where that scent is the strongest. And then she's trained to find that, pinpoint that spot, and then dig down to the person who has her toy, as she thinks. In a real avalanche, they obviously won't have her toy. And then she pulls them out of the hole, and once she gets them out of the hole, she gets a big reward, big play. Her reward is tugging. Other rewards for dogs are love or treats. Oh, dang. That was the best search I've ever seen this dog do. That was awesome. That was so good. She just took off. She worked the field, did about like 7 or 8 circles, huge circles ranging all over the place. Then she came over this ditch, and that's where she picked up your scent. And she ran the ditch back and forth, and she was confused, and she did some problem solving, and then she came back towards me, and then she just stopped and went right over to you. Perfect.
Before I worked with the search dog, I really didn't have any idea how they would work in mountainous terrain, especially above tree line. And I really had no knowledge on how scent traveled. And I really thought they were more of a tool for maybe lowland searches. The first time I worked with the search dog, I really was astounded by what they can do. After working with one the first time, I really got a lot more knowledge about how scent travels in the air and in water and in all different types of terrain. This summer, I had the opportunity on a search call on a 14er in Chaffee County to work with Louie. We flew in a helicopter and landed about 12,500 feet. That was on the 8th day of the search, and I was really astounded to see how much scent was still in the valley, and to see as he worked a huge basin above tree line, and to see him hone in on scents. The weather changed throughout the day, and at one point there was hail with close to 80-mile-an-hour winds, and it really surprised me to see him in work mode, just to see him battle through it and ignore all the weather and just lock in on that scent and keep going.
You get a dog that has a good nose and has a great drive and is trained very well, and you get that dog out there, there's just absolutely nothing that's going to get to that victim that fast.
That's a man! You the man! You the man! That's a good boy! That's a good boy! You the man!